Yo, man, people out here are acting a fool. We see a mother arrested after her kids are found living alone. Let's get it.
Well, the pictures are hard to look at. Police in Pontiac say 3 children were found living alone in deplorable conditions after discovering their mother had abandoned them for years. Our Victor Williams is following the story for us tonight. Victor, we're learning that mother has been arrested. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right. The mother has been arrested. But we're told that these kids were actually inside of this house for years.
How she leave him like that for years? These people are crazy, man. Like literally, she has mental issues.
Since 2021. This is the house behind me that has that orange sticker right there on the window. But we're told these kids were only 12, 13, and 15. Now, authorities, they said that the mom would drop off food from time to time, but she's a 34-year-old woman that's now being held at the Oakland County Jail, with the case now being turned over to the prosecutor for review. We are expecting charges to come in the next few days or so, but the only reason authorities ever stepped in the first place was because the landlord actually called 911. He contacted deputies after not hearing from the mother since about December, and that's what started this welfare check. Take a look at some of this video from inside of the place. We're told that the house was just so unsanitary that evidence techs they had.
They're saying the house is unsanitary, but the kids are living in the house alone for years. For years, these kids were living like this.
We're told that the house was just so unsanitary that evidence techs they had to wear hazmat suits in order to investigate. Now we're talking about piles of garbage in rooms as high as 4 feet tall, human feces overflowing in the toilet, and then also the bathtubs. Apparently they were living on that food that people would bring nearby. Even also strangers would sometimes bring that food up to the door. Now,
what? So other people knew about this? They couldn't have known what was happening inside, but they knew about the kids being there by themselves. And they didn't call the police. They called the police about anything else. But they just thought this was all right. Like, we'll just bring them food every now and again. They'll be all right.
Also, we are being told that the mother had not spoken to the 2 girls that were in there for years, but she would go and actually speak to the son from time to time. The kids were not in school. They actually spent their entire time at the home watching TV and then playing video games.
Yo, like, look at this. Look at this. They got the Skittles bag right here. Some kind of fast food or something right here. Look like a pink shirt or a doll baby. This looks like feces on top of a Popeyes box. The children were living like this.
The conditions in the house were so bad that the kids had to sleep on the floor. The boy had a mattress, and the girls had to sleep on pizza boxes.
The boy had a mattress, but the little girls were sleeping on pizza boxes. The boy was the older one, the 15-year-old. But the little ones, they just had pizza boxes to sleep on in the middle of the winter in Detroit.
So we're actually going to go and hear from Sheriff Michael Bouchard on what these kids are now having to go through, as well as what they now have to bounce back from.
Our first focus is in trying to make sure these kids get what they need to begin the process of moving forward. The second very important part of this is how did 3 kids fall through the cracks so terribly?
Right. They slipped through the cracks is perfect. That's exactly what I mean. Like, how do people go over there, give them food, know what's going on in the neighborhood, and not call the police? Like, how does a mom do that to her children? Do she got friends? Does she got family? Did they know how she was living? Like, there's so many questions that they just are open, because now we know for at least, 4 years, these kids was living like this, and they ain't been going to school. They must have went to school at some point, I would assume.
How did the community, relatives, the schools, no one knew to reach?
Yeah, exactly what I said, man. Nobody knew?
Reach out to us. How did that happen? And so that's going to be a big part of what I've already directed our investigations to figure out.
Now, while all of this was going on inside of the house, we're told that they ended up finding the mother at a different location. And so,
oh yeah, she wasn't trying to live there. She wasn't trying to sleep there, but she thought it was all right for her kids to live there. Man, thank God that landlord was like, yo, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Landlords, they don't really check up on a house like that, but he just had a feeling that this don't seem right.
So we're going to have more on what residents living nearby they have to say about this. That's coming up at 11 p.m. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Man, that's bad out here, man. What's going on in America? What's going on in our communities? You know what I'm saying? It's different little pockets that people are living in, and that house looked nice. From the outside, it looked nice. I was watching another news broadcast about it, and the neighbors said that they didn't know anything about this. They didn't know nothing about this. They said that nobody brought the kids anything but food. The kids haven't had any water, soap, toothpaste, toothbrushes from the house because the sink did not look like it worked. The toilet did not look like it worked. The bathtub did not look like it worked. They only had things that were brought to them, but they didn't have any knowledge of how to do it. You know what I'm saying? They were raised in these conditions since they were younger. They didn't have any knowledge of cleaning up. That's all they know. They didn't know, well, at least let's put it all in the corner. They know nothing about that. All they know is they drop off the food. They got the video games. I don't know what they was playing. I don't know if they was playing PlayStation or they was playing Sega or Super Nintendo. It don't matter. But the real question is, how did it get this bad? Where did mom go? Where's dad at? Where's grandma? Don't nobody care? I mean, it's like everybody is stuck in their own world. Everybody's stuck in their own world. The neighbors don't think nothing of this. They're bringing the kids food, which thank God they did that. But they wasn't like, it's kind of weird that these kids don't come outside at all. Not even to go to the park sometimes. Not even to walk the dog. Not to do anything. People just bring them food. But you might start to think maybe they're special needs or something like that. Or, homeschooled or something like that. So, I mean, it's tough. It's tough because we don't want to be all up in everybody else's business. Up in people's, people live different lifestyles, different cultures and stuff. Shoot, I got some neighbors that are weird as, I don't know what they're up to. The kids seem happy. When they come out, they clinging to their mommies and daddies and they're doing the little kid thing where they're just frolicking along. These pictures that we see from this house, those children could not be smiling if they were ever seen. So if you see them open the door, if you even get a glimpse of those kids, I know they didn't look like, hey, how are you? We're having a great day. I'm sure that wasn't the feeling that you get when you saw the 15-year-old boy come to the door to get the food and have a conversation. I know some of the neighbors had to be like, man, something weird is going on over there. Man, all I know, and I don't know too much, is that thankfully the mom is in jail. And hopefully she doesn't get out. And if she does get out, she gets the help that she needs. Because, I shouldn't say that. I'm not a judge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no mental health therapist or professional or specialist or nothing like that. But I do feel like whatever was going on in mom's head, she might have been caught up in something mentally. But what about the kids? And what about the rest of everybody else who was around? Nobody's keeping anybody accountable anymore. You can't even tell somebody, hey, you need to go spend more time with your kids. Hey, you need to go clean yourself up a little bit. Take better care of yourself. Take better care of your kids. Why every time we see them, they got something all on their face and around their mouth and their clothes look all unkept? Why are you always going out so much? You can't ask people these kind of questions no more. You can't even say, yo, let's go home with your family. Go spend some time with your kids. We'll catch up with you later. People, they get all wrinkled up or get their panties in a bunch. I don't even know what it's called. But it's like everybody got to go along to get along. And look where it's got us. Look at these children's living situations. The conditions that they're coming up in are, what's the word they said? Deplorable. The girls are sleeping on pizza boxes, yo. They damn near homeless but got a home. There's homeless people that live in better conditions than these children. Since 2021, at least. Man, y'all be easy.